Up with KREM begins now.
Hi everyone, 6 o'clock here on your Thursday morning. Good morning everyone. Welcome to Up with KREM and streaming on KREM 2 Plus. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Hernandez, and Tim and I, if you can't tell, are wearing pink today.
Yeah.
We made this decision because it feels very spring.
It does feel springy.
Today feels very spring. We've got our meteorologist Thomas Patrick with us. Thomas, I am so excited for the things you have to say, so go ahead, just start talking.
Yeah, I wish I would have got thrown in the loop on the pink tie. I got a couple at home. Maybe I'll wear that for tomorrow. But yeah, it has been beautiful recently here. It was 62 and sunny skies yesterday. Did a bit of Bloomsday training myself at Manitou Park. Looks like today it's going to be even warmer yet. Just as much sunshine, and even our current temperatures don't feel as bad as it did yesterday. I'm scanning here. Actually, I don't see any locations below the freezing mark. So 33 in Deer Park, the cold spot, compared to 24, which is what it was yesterday. So even the start of the day feeling a little bit warmer overall, and now the afternoon's going to end up about 8 degrees warmer, and that should put us right at that 70-degree mark with yet another day with pure sunshine overhead all day long.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning. Here's a look at I-90 right now. This is overall like a good start here. Barely anyone out on the roadways here in the 6 o'clock hour. We're crash free, which is good news. We'll keep a close eye on traffic throughout the morning. We'll let you know if there's anything slowing you down so you can get around the traffic and where you're going on time. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. Developing now, today the trial continues against the man accused of shooting and killing a man in Pullman.
George Harris is facing first-degree manslaughter charges. Pullman police say in September of 2021, Laban Barre and former WSU football player Brandon Gray were at a party on College Hill when they were shot. Both men were taken to a hospital, and Barre died from his injuries. Yesterday in court, 8 witnesses testified. 3 of them were there the night of the shooting.
I saw sparks, and I thought they were fireworks, and I realized that it was not fireworks, and I just started, backed up my car, and I left.
I saw someone go on the ground, and then my roommate pulled me into a bush, and then we heard the shots go off.
When the crowd of people kind of stepped back, I heard, "Now you're gonna die," and then I saw the muzzle flashes.
Court documents say Harris turned himself into the police. He said he had been jumped that night and fired in self-defense. His trial will be happening for the rest of the week. We now know what led up to a deadly crash in Moses Lake. Remember, we first told you about this yesterday as breaking news here on Up with KREM.
The Grant County Sheriff's Office says a suspect was trying to get away from officers when he crashed into a utility pole and died. The Sheriff's Office says this started when a woman reported that she had been robbed and beaten by 3 people. Officers tracked down the suspects and 2 women surrendered. However, police say the male suspect drove off and later died in the crash. The 2 women arrested are in the Grant County Jail on suspicion of first-degree robbery and unlawful imprisonment. The Washington State Patrol is investigating.
This morning, someone in Athol is recovering after getting hurt in a house fire yesterday.
The fire burned for several hours, even causing the home to collapse. Firefighters say the home was engulfed in flames when they arrived. Selkirk Fire says they had limited access to the fire water supply and not enough personnel for the complexity of the fire. 1 person was hurt in the fire and an investigation is underway. Happening tonight, Washington State University is honoring Secretary Leon Panetta. He will be receiving the Thomas S. Foley Award for Distinguished Public Service. So this award is given annually to people who serve the public with integrity, courage, and commitment to democratic values. He has served under multiple White House administrations. He also served as the director of the CIA and Secretary of Defense.
Today, the city of Coeur d'Alene is unveiling a new piece of public art for their Centennial Trail. They're calling it Sid the Green Energy Dragon. The sculpture will have a glass mosaic and it will be educational. It'll show how the city's wastewater department turns waste into energy. The dedication will start at 7:30 tonight at the wastewater treatment facility along the Centennial Trail. And also happening today, the annual book sale is starting at the Spokane Public Library.
Oh, this is so fun, and this is a great opportunity to find your next good read, all for a good price. Here's the details. It's happening from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. today, and this is the pre-member sale. So you can become a member for $15. They will get the first look at books as low as $1. Then tomorrow, anyone can show up from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The last day of the event is on Saturday. You can buy bags of books for $3 and boxes for $6 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The money raised will support library programs and resources. And it's time for your wake-up call. We want to know, what are you reading right now as we're talking about library books? Or maybe what is your favorite book? Here's what you're saying. Someone said Wind and Truth. Someone said Shoot Your Shot, a hockey romance. Let's see, Prisoner B3087. That one sounds good too.
Got like a wide range of books.
I know, I haven't heard of these, but you know that these are probably really great. That one is a historical fiction about the Holocaust.
Wow.
So let us know your favorite book or what you're reading right now. You may find a new suggestion here on the show. You can text us 509-448-2000. Happening today, virtual Bloomsday begins, and this means if you plan on running your own course, you can submit your score now. The main event, or you can call it the main course, is 9 days away.
So if you can't run in the actual race this year, you can still support the Lilac City. People all over the world can do this, participating in virtual Bloomsday. You just have to run or walk the 7.46 miles at your own pace wherever you want to. When you finish, you can then submit your time on the Bloomsday website. Paula Atkinson is one of many people doing this race virtually, and she says she wants this race to really mean a lot to not just her, but everyone else.
It feels almost like a holiday. I mean, it's a Bloomsday. It's always the first weekend of May. Everybody gets together. We come. My sister comes, my sister-in-law, my nieces, my nephews. It isn't about the time, but it is about being on that course with those people.
So if you would like to actually participate, you can of course start today. If you've already run or walked, you can put that time in online, and then that ends on May 4th. That's the day of the in-person race. Well, if you can't tell from that, this is all for our football fans because draft day is officially here.
That's why we have our resident morning sports reporter. There he goes. Brandon T. Jones has been tracking the draft for us. Brandon, you've been following this very closely and have been waiting for this day. I know you're a big football fan, and there's some local connections that you want to tell us about. Good morning.
Oh, big time. And it feels like there's almost like a draft in between the Super Bowl and draft day, you know? So it feels really nice to have that presence of football back here. And there's going to be plenty of local connections tonight. It's always fun to watch where some of the guys out of Wazoo, Eastern, and Idaho land. All of them had some talented guys. But the biggest local connection of them all is the dude who draft experts have being called first tonight. They expect him to be the #1 overall pick. Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami by way of Washington State. And before that, Incarnate Ward. All indications point to the Tennessee Titans taking the gunslinging, cool and composed quarterback at #1. I mean, that's a big deal, right? Think about it. Less than 2 years ago, that was the guy serving as QB1 for the Cougs. Cam has had an amazing journey from a 0-star recruit out of high school to balling out on an FCS squad, roaming the Palouse, and then shining in Miami. He's had some kind of run, and it continues tonight when the NFL commissioner shakes his hand.
I would say from high school, was just doing what it takes to win, whether I can contribute to the game or I couldn't contribute to the game. From UIW, I would say just being a gunslinger. That's who I am. That's who I'll always be as long as I play football. And then from Wazoo, I would say just relationships that I have with my teammates there. That's where I really, learn more about people, wanting to learn more about people, and I think that's helped me in the long run.
So wishing the best of luck to Cam, and as mentioned, there's quite a few local connections in this draft. So I definitely want to talk about one of Cam's former teammates. Who knows, maybe he could be teaming up with him in the future here pretty soon. And then coming up in the next half hour, we got more details on a Coug who is climbing draft boards, and a guy I want to see from Eastern Washington have his name called as well. So we'll get into all of that in the next half hour, but nonetheless, I think you might be able to tell I'm pretty excited. It's drafting,
yeah.
Right?
You know what's cool is this happens, I feel like, every year. We're always talking about these local connections. We've got a good stash of
Oh, hello.
Good Lord. All right, that's live TV
Knock
right
it
there
over
for you,
my
folks.
lap.
I apologize.
He's not excited.
I told you I'm excited
He's
about
just
this.
so
Right?
excited.
And I do think the talent is getting even better. I do want to see your Cougs,
I know.
keep some
Yeah,
of this
yeah.
talent around because you guys do great things over there in Pullman.
I know.
So.
We have Gardner, of course, and then River Craycraft is with the Seahawks now. So. And formerly with the Dolphins too.
Yeah.
So there's this. I don't know.
Love
I
River.
feel like there's this Miami, Washington connection. So
across the coast.
And you're the glue between it all.
Thank you. I'll take that. That's gonna put that in my new bio. So I appreciate that.
All right.
Sorry about knocking your stuff.
You're okay. It still works.
All right.
All right, Brandon. Thank you.